he need to get used to the power and pressure of 168 because it's different, big difference.
Before the fight was officially discussed, Dmitry Bivol shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Bivol praised Crawford's skill and ring IQ, but noted that size would heavily favor Canelo. Having previously defeated Canelo himself, Bivol doubted that Crawford could handle the added weight and physicality at a higher division.
Used to the power, and it's also about be mentally ready. Because when people are not prepared them mentally, they like afraid or scared, you become weak, your body become weak.
Boxing analyst Kofi Janua expressed skepticism about Terence Crawford moving up to 168 pounds to face Canelo Alvarez. According to Janua, Crawford is such a natural athlete that making such a drastic weight jump could be both risky and damaging. He stressed that Canelo has spent years building his dominance in the super middleweight division, making him an entirely different challenge.
Betting, if I'm betting, I put my money on Canelo. Crawford, great fighter. His particular performance, then you jump 60, 68 is a different. We have weight division for a reason in boxing. Canelo comfortable at 60.
Janua pointed out that Crawford is entering unfamiliar territory. While Canelo has spent years proving himself at this weight, Crawford has competed at much lighter divisions. Janua emphasized that there comes a point where physical strength and natural size start to outweigh pure skill, a factor many overlook when discussing this matchup.
Time to be comfortable. You can't be comfortable in that ring. You gotta be on point and every minute.
He also highlighted that experience at 168 pounds could play a decisive role. Canelo has endured grueling battles at this weight and knows how to pace himself across 12 rounds. Crawford, on the other hand, will be debuting in this division. That lack of familiarity, Janua suggested, could prove to be a critical disadvantage for Crawford.
Crawford, in his case, is stepping up, jumping weight. I mean, people say, oh, you try to be great. Yeah, it's great to be great, but it's a tough challenge. And I respect him for, stepping up to it.
The hype around this potential fight is electric. Both fighters are regarded as pound-for-pound elites, and their contrasting styles only heighten the excitement. Crawford, undefeated with an impressive resume that began at 140 pounds and extended to 147, is chasing history, aiming to become the first male boxer in the four-belt era to win undisputed titles in 3 different weight classes. Commentator Joe Rogan expressed immense excitement about the matchup, calling it a clash between 2 all-time greats. He praised Crawford's rare ability to seamlessly switch stances, even comparing him to legendary middleweight Marvin Hagler.
It's going to be a great fight. You're dealing with 2 all-time greats. Crawford's one of the best switch hitters, I think, since Marvin Hagler, and one of the most skillful boxers alive. And then you have Canelo, who probably isn't the same guy as he was just like a few years ago.
Right.
But still, one of the greatest of all time, still has brutal knockout.
Rogan shifted his focus toward Canelo Alvarez, noting that although Canelo may no longer be in his absolute prime, his skill and experience still make him one of the most complete fighters in the sport. Rogan highlighted memorable knockouts of Amir Khan and Billy Joe Saunders, emphasizing Canelo's explosive punching power and sharp counterattacks that continue to trouble any opponent even today.
Go back to like some of his like more impressive fights from a few years ago, like the Amir Khan KO, like the Billy Joe Saunders KO, like those KO. Like, he's probably not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But he's still young enough that he's still like pretty close to his prime and one of the best.
Former welterweight champion Sean Porter, who has previously faced Terence Crawford, gave one of the boldest predictions. Porter praised Crawford's ability to adapt and his high fight IQ, suggesting that he might be the only man capable of figuring out Canelo's style. "I've been in there with Bud," Porter said. "If anyone can pull this off, it's him." Still, Porter admitted the challenge ahead. Canelo is a 4-division champion, the undisputed king at 168 pounds, and a master of using brutal body shots and controlling distance to break his opponents down. Bernard Hopkins also weighed in, leaning on an old boxing truth: size matters. Hopkins explained that no matter how skilled someone is, moving up too far in weight can expose weaknesses, especially against a naturally bigger fighter like Canelo.
Say, as my quote from the history of boxing, a good big man will always beat a good little man.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the big man.
Hopkins doubled down on his stance, stressing that Canelo's natural size and comfort at 168 pounds give him a decisive advantage. Size has always mattered, and it always will, Hopkins said. He warned that even elite fighters can struggle when jumping up multiple weight classes against someone as dominant as Canelo. On the other hand, Dmitry Bivol, who knows Canelo's style firsthand, gave a more balanced take. He acknowledged size and power, but argued that Crawford's mental preparation could be the key to competing at such a high level.
It's very important also for this fight. Even his one weight class or two weight class lower, if he's mentally ready, he will be ready to get these punches and be okay with this. He could be good.
Bivol further explained that Crawford must combine mental toughness with intense physical preparation. It's not just about believing in yourself, Bivol stated. You have to learn to take punches from bigger men and still stay confident. According to Bivol, it isn't about simply training harder, it's about becoming fully comfortable competing in a heavier division.
Strong mentally, yeah? And he won this fight from the core, how I see, and it gives him credit with this mentality to get the power from 168. Far with bigger guys, he need to get punches, he need to be confident that he's okay with these punches. He need to be confident that he will go in the ring and he could get the punches from Canelo and he will be okay with it.
This matchup ultimately comes down to contrasting styles. Canelo is a rugged counterpuncher with granite-like durability and a vicious body attack that has worn down some of the sport's most skilled fighters. He remains composed under pressure and has gone 12 rounds with elite opponents across multiple divisions. When the debate seemed evenly split, Mexican boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez added his blunt perspective. Known for his straightforward opinions, Chavez predicted that Crawford would struggle due to the massive gap in size, strength, and relentless pressure. Coming from a fighter of Chavez's stature, his statement carried significant weight and only fueled the anticipation for this potential super fight.
Mira, Crawford es un gran peleador, ¿me entiendes? Eso nadie lo duda y todo el mundo lo sabemos. Pero en su peso, ¿me entiendes? Ya subir 3 divisiones es por el dinero, ¿me entiendes? De que le va a dar pelea, Canelo le va a dar pelea, pero de que le va a ganar, no hay por dónde.
Amir Khan, who has shared the ring with both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, described Crawford as an elusive and unpredictable fighter, incredibly difficult to read inside the ring. Khan explained that facing Crawford felt more like a mental chess match than a brutal slugfest. His remarks add another layer to the ongoing debate about skill versus power, suggesting that while Canelo may bring the physical strength, Crawford's ring IQ could neutralize it.
Beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
Drawing on his first-hand experience, Khan offered rare insight into both fighters' styles. He pointed out that although Canelo possesses dangerous power and commanding presence, he was able to land clean shots on him, proof that the Mexican superstar, despite his dominance, can still be timed and hit. In contrast, Khan emphasized how Crawford's defensive slipperiness made him far harder to predict and break down.
What are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily.
Another respected voice siding with Crawford is undefeated former champion Andre Ward. A longtime believer in Crawford's abilities, Ward highlighted Crawford's tendency to thrive when underestimated. "Don't let size fool you," Ward remarked. "Crawford's a technician and a dog. He lives for moments like this." Ward praised Crawford's ability to adjust mid-fight, switch stances, and dismantle opponents using sharp angles and precise counters, traits that have drawn comparisons to some of the sport's all-time greats. Meanwhile, analyst Chris Algieri shifted the focus of the debate away from sheer power and size, stressing that Crawford's greatest weapon might be psychological. According to Algieri, a fighter's composure and mental sharpness under pressure often decide elite-level matchups more than brute strength ever could.
Canelo pushed around. I've never seen Terence pushed around. So when you talk about who's going to be the boss, I've never seen anyone boss Terence Crawford. I've seen Canelo get bossed. So that just psychologically, when you think about that, and this is a fight where I flip-flop on both guys because there's so many good points. Yeah, but he's 168. Yeah, but it's Terence Crawford. He's undefeated. Well, yeah, no, this guy beating this, but stylistic. Even he hits him on the arm. There's so many different things you can talk about. But from a psychological standpoint, who's fresher, who's meaner, who wants it more? That's good.
From a technical standpoint, key questions arise. Can Canelo's size and strength overwhelm Crawford, who has never fought above 154 pounds? Or will Crawford's superior timing, footwork, and ring IQ frustrate Canelo and neutralize his pressure over 12 rounds? Broadcaster Ade Oladipo, speaking to veteran boxing writer Dan Rafael, broke down the overlooked factor of weight in high-stakes fights. He argued that the critical aspect isn't just size or muscle, it's punch resistance. In other words, how well a fighter can absorb punishment at a heavier weight. This subtle detail, Oladipo claimed, is often misunderstood by casual fans, yet is crucial in predicting outcomes at the highest level.
Not looking at them as a physical package, it's who has absorbed the bigger shots in the weight division. So, and it was good. It was a very good point. It was like Canelo has been hit by light heavyweights and super middleweights for the best part of a decade.
Basically,
he's so used to taking those shots.
Oladipo concluded that Canelo's naturally heavier build gives him an advantage in enduring punishment over 12 rounds. However, he did not dismiss Crawford's chances entirely. Crawford's mental toughness, adaptability, and proven success against bigger opponents, Oladipo noted, provide him with a realistic path to victory, especially if he can impose his speed and angles before Canelo's power takes over.
147 guys for the best part of a decade.
Yeah.
What's Crawford going to be like? So basically, trying to say, Canelo could easily absorb Crawford shots. Can Crawford easily absorb Canelo's punches?
If you're taking shots from Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, and you're staying on your feet, not getting hurt,
not even getting wobbled.
Not even getting wobbled, just literally shaking it off.
Yeah.
You can take Terence Crawford shots.
For nearly a decade, Terence Crawford has been taking punches from fighters at 140 and 147 pounds. But how will he respond when facing someone with Canelo Alvarez's power? Many argue that if Canelo can absorb bombs from fighters like Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Dmitry Bivol without even looking shaken, then Crawford's punches might not have the same effect. As the hype builds around this potential showdown, some analysts warn against comparing it to Canelo's fight with Floyd Mayweather. Robert Garcia, speaking from years of corner experience, explained that the Canelo of today is a completely different fighter from the one who faced Mayweather over a decade ago, smarter, stronger, and far more disciplined. Garcia believes Canelo's ability to adapt and systematically break down opponents over time will be a huge factor in this fight.
It's totally different. I think, Canelo was only 23, he was very young. I think this fight's gonna be great. I do see Crawford maybe pulling it off because he's got good footwork, good speed, but I don't think they're close. I don't similar those two fights, Canelo and Floyd. I think they're just different styles. I mean, Floyd and
Veteran broadcaster Jim Lampley provided a deeper look into what sets Canelo apart. Rather than focusing solely on his power or defense, Lampley highlighted Canelo's ability to control rhythm, disrupt opponents' timing, and remain composed even in the most difficult rounds. According to Lampley, this level of composure is what elevates Canelo beyond many of his peers in the sport.
He knows how to make fireworks when he absolutely has to make fireworks. But at the end of the day, he's a counterpuncher. He's a great defender. He has the most solid punch resistance of anybody in the sport. Nobody's ever knocked him off balance. Nobody's ever really knocked him down. Never been put on his back by anybody. He rides horseback every morning. His legs are the strongest in the sport. You're not going to beat Canelo until somehow over a long period of time Canelo beats himself. If he gets tired of all the discipline he has had to employ to make all the money he's made, if he has enough giant ranches in the...
Former pro fighter Lonnie B added fuel to the discussion by shutting down comparisons between Crawford and Mayweather. Having sparred with Mayweather himself, Lonnie insisted that Crawford isn't copying Floyd's style. Instead, he has his own identity, blending aggression and technique in a way that's uniquely his. Lonnie's comments carried weight, coming from someone who understands the difference between imitation and true innovation inside the gym.
I think that's, if Canelo said that, Canelo's punch drunk. To say that Crawford, I don't care what version of Crawford we get, he's not better than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd is special in his own right. I don't think he's the greatest, but I definitely think he's top 5, top 6. You know what I'm saying? Floyd was special, man. Floyd had that it factor. Crawford is good too, but in my personal opinion, Crawford just don't have that sizzle. You know what I'm saying? I think he's been matched right in his career. But Crawford is a dog. He know how to get the job done. But I would never say he's better than Floyd Mayweather.
Teofimo Lopez also jumped into the debate with a bold gesture, placing a $10,000 bet on Canelo Alvarez to win. Interestingly, his father, Teofimo Lopez Sr., took the opposite side, betting on Crawford. The wager wasn't just about the money. It highlighted how even elite fighters and trainers are deeply divided on who would come out on top in this historic matchup.
Take it over. I want to take over the show.
Who wins that fight?
I want to take over the show.
I got Canelo.
I got Crawford.
Oh man,
That's
not gonna happen.
We bet 10,000. I want that on the table.
That's not gonna happen.
$10,000?
Who bet 10,000?